Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Yasmin here. So today I have more of a talk than a reading, but we are going to pull some cards. I had a conversation today that made me realize exactly why my dream life is coming true, exactly why everything that I've been sowing seeds, all the seeds that I've been sowing, everything that I've been working towards is actually coming true. And it's because I allowed myself to shine my light on the darkest areas of my life. And I've allowed myself to share parts of myself that I usually keep private, that actually has been hindering me for a really long time. That I just decided, you know what, I want to shed some light on these things because I want to be done with them. And I find that the more that I shed light on the dark areas of my life, the faster I clear them up. Every time I try to keep something a secret, I'm very successful at it, actually. The secret becomes bigger and bigger, it weighs me down, and it steals my light. And when I expose the secret, it's like I'm filling the room with even more light when I expose my own secrets, when I expose myself to the world, when I expose my processes. And I think that sometimes we forget that it is what we're able to overcome that actually shows our greatness, not the fact that we were just born into greatness. Winners are people who've had to overcome. If there was nothing for you to overcome, you're not a winner. What have you competed against? What have you done? What have you won? Okay. Yeah. This is a person who doesn't recognize how successful you are already because of the things that you've done, because of the ways that you've won. And you're not seeing them as a win, but they are wins. And when you're able to transmute the energy so that they feel like a win, you will be able to benefit from them. A lot of us are holding back the parts of ourselves that are going to be the key, the very key that unlocks a certain door, a certain drawer, a certain box, a certain opportunity. There's this balancing energy that we have to do. The balancing between sharing that 10, because everybody wants the 10 of Pentacles. Everybody wants to have everything, right? So that balance between having it all and winning and learning. Learning. Some people might consider the learning stage the losing stage. But when you're learning, you're a student of the moment. And you're surrendering to your divine instructions, no one else's. And you're learning how to maneuver through your situation with your divine instructions. And that is your story. That is your formula. That is your way of learning how to work your magic. We learn our magic when we get into tight situations that require us to dig deep within to actually use it. We learn how to do things when we actually need them. and they don't always look the way we think that they will. New skills, new gifts, new abilities, new talents come about in the toughest of situations. Makes me think of the lotus flower coming out of the mud. Everybody always want to say they got it out the mud, but it seemed like people only wanted to get it out the mud one time. And it's like, yeah, but that's like the constant thing. Like, you have to go through the whole cycle of burying the seed and it growing up through the dirt and it getting rained on and the sun coming out and ba 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 ba. That's the process of getting it out the mud. Every single time, over and over again. Every single time. So some of the things that we want to bloom in our lives, we're actually blocking our own blessings because we don't have the strength to allow ourselves to literally open our hands. We don't have the strength to allow ourselves to open our hand and show our cup, share our vulnerability. We are trying to protect ourselves. And when you're trying to protect yourself in a situation where you don't need protection, you actually need assistance, the people that are sent to help you are not able to. The way we clarified this 10 just now, 8, 9 came out. 8, ace, and 9. So the ascension process is very simple. You have to allow people to see you for who you are, where you are, and what you're doing, to be able to assist, to be able to join you, to be able to learn from you. But we've gotten so good at hiding the parts of ourselves that need the most help. And sometimes all you really need is for someone to put their eye on a situation. But in that balancing that you're being asked to do, there's so much worry here. There's so much worry that there's not going to be community found when you're doing this balancing, when you're doing this exposing. Again, with the ascending numbers, we have the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, the Eight of Cups. So the Ace of Wands and the Hermit, this is interesting because it's like he's walking towards the purpose. Right? But in him walking towards his purpose, that means also walking away, walking out of this darkness, allowing yourself to go forward into the light. But if you're nervous about moving forward into the light, you become the very reason why you are blocking your own blessings. A lot of us want to be able to do things on our own without help, to be able to say we did it, right? But hyper independence is not healthy for our society, and it's not sustainable. We all need somebody or something. We have to breathe. We have to deal with this. This whole world is about exchange. And we don't allow ourselves to exchange with the people here, we block what it is that the Most High can even bring to us. We make it harder for the Most High to deliver things in the way that they should be or could be delivered. Because we close the roads off for people to say, I want to show up for this person in this way. Or we close the roads off for the Most High to intervene by way of putting it in a person's heart to do something, to perform an act of kindness, or to give you the information you're looking for. With this Hierophant, we have the Five of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Four Wands at the bottom of the deck, and the Tower. The conflict that you feel about being perceived is exactly what is blocking your Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to say that again. The conflict that you fear around being perceived is exactly what is blocking your cash flow. You see how the pentacle is a whole circle? Let's just say it's 5 parts of you, right? And I got a little thing for that real quick. I always talk about the 4 bodies, but let's just talk about this as 5 bodies, right? We got the mental, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, and then let's say the financial, which I count as the physical, but whatever. Financial, right? 5. You're only showing people your mind and how you want to make money. There was a time where only showing certain parts of yourself worked. But as we evolve, as spiritual beings having a human experience, we crave something more authentic, because ain't no way you're not going through something while you're building, because that's the story that everybody talks about. And now we're all into building and nobody's talking about the struggle that they're going through while they're building. This seems inauthentic. But we also feel conflicted about being perceived in this way because this is new. But we've been saying we wanted new, so why is the new so scary to us, right? We've manifested this new place. This is where we wanted to be. Your ability to move forward lies within your ability to shine light on what you already went through, the things you're already doing, the way you already are. It lies within your ability to state that you are able to commit to things and actually show up. It lies within your ability to stop making excuses and just accept what is. That tower is where everything is coming to light. Right underneath that, we have the Ace of Swords. Every ace is out on the deck, and this is what I'm talking about. The exposure. Every time I clarified, we got a new ace, a new opportunity. The exposure. You're being asked to expose yourself, being willing to expose yourself. Yes, you don't know where that's going, right? You don't know where that's going to take you because you do not know what ideas are being planted in the minds of others just because they're able to see you. Whether it be to work with you, to assist you, to do something for themselves, you have no idea. But we're all here and we're all connected. I was thinking the other day, even though I've never cosplayed before, I had this thought the other day that I should be able to wear my avatar suit while providing a certain level of information. Like the two shouldn't interfere. And I was like, why are you even thinking about that? You don't cosplay. Like, what are you talking about? But I was just saying I was just thinking how I should be able to be fully myself in all settings. You know how to say it's a time and a place for everything? That's professionalism, policy, political kind of funny talk for mind your manners, or like, you should be able to be yourself everywhere you go. Whatever that looks like, whatever that sounds like, however that feels right for you. And you being willing to expose yourself, at least to yourself first, but also to others in whatever capacity you want to, without feeling scared to share the business, without feeling scared to share the channel that you made, without feeling scared to share your creative stuff. Because you're hiding, because you don't want someone to say something. You don't want to share it until you get it to a certain place. But it's like, how about it's not getting to that place because you won't share it. You won't even allow the people to support you. You won't allow the people into what's going on. Wow, we got Scorpio energy twice out here. We really getting into some transmutation energy here. If you have Scorpio in your 12th house, Scorpio and Pluto, major transformation energy. Last three cards. Nothing is yet set in stone. Work through your fears. This is new moon in Scorpio. And it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. You're being asked to, I'm seeing grand opening, grand closing with this new moon, full moon right here. You're being asked to expose yourself, open yourself up so that you can reach your full potential. Nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody knows what you're offering, what you're thinking about offering, what you want to be offering, what you're working towards, what you need help with, because nobody wants to say that they are in need of help. But it's very hard for you to watch a reading and not admit that you are here for some sort of advice, some sort of guidance. So you're on the internet already showing up because you need some assistance. So now you have to position yourself properly so you can actually receive the assistance that you need. Expose yourself. It's time that you expose yourself. Bottom of the deck, we have new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Honorable mention, and this is the absolute last card. A new start is coming. All right, y'all. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can check the information in the description box below. If this reading resonated with you, please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment, if you will. I love to read the comments. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.